Mood's already set. They ain't even gotta worry about it today. What's good, Yon Dons? Welcome to episode 9.5 of the Yon Show. I'm always unplugging this light. Intermission. Sorry. Okay, I got hype. This is episode 9.5 of the Yon Show, Yon Dons, okay? The reason why it's 9.5 is because I'm literally filming another video while I'm filming this video. So episode 10 will probably come out tonight. This one will come out literally right as soon as I finish it and edit it and all that good stuff. Today is just a busy day. It's always busy, but today in particular is pretty busy. It's my mom's birthday, so shout out to that queen. So it's a lot going on today. I'm gonna be vlogging for episode 10, so that's why it's a little bit scrambled right now, but it's gonna be cool. Vlogs are gonna be implemented a lot more moving forward after this, but let's dive deep into 9.5. What I want to speak on today is living in the moment, because I'm the kind of person, in the past, I was the kind of person that lived in the present somewhat. I lived more in the future because I'm such a planner kind of person. I'm not even really a planner, I'm just an executor. So like, whenever you tell me something, I want to make that vision into reality, like right then and there, like now. Like I wanted to talk about like making a YouTube channel, and the first thing I did was like make a YouTube channel. I wanted to talk to my boy about making a podcast, and so that's coming out next. Like, I like planning, but I love executing. So I've always been the kind of person where I see it for what it is when it starts, but then I see the future. I see the future way more. Like, I'm like, okay, this is a cool idea, or okay, we're executing this, but like 5 years from now, this is gonna be booming, this is gonna be popping. Like that's where I'm at. I'm like, I focus on the process, but I love the progress, and I love where we're at when we get to where we're like positioning ourselves or where we want to be at. So I'm the kind of person that lives in the future. I don't really like to live in the moment. I don't really like to live in the past. I've been the kind of person that's always been like in the future. But the reason why I want to talk about living in the moment is because the moment can never be missed. It doesn't need to be missed, because living right now, right? This is what I kind of like to tell people. 10 seconds from now is considered the future, right? 10 seconds just passed from when I just said that. And now we're looking back at it, and that was 10 seconds ago. That's how fast time flies. Like, do you realize that? We just experienced the past, the present, and the future all at once. And it was just that fast. And so living in the moment will help you realize that everything that you have to offer right now, you have control over. Everything that life has to offer right now, you have control over. And so for me, whenever I kind of ask myself, what kind of things are going on in my life right now, it's kind of like when you live in the moment, you understand that you have appreciation in the moment. You have appreciation for the things that you have right now. And so for me, I kind of try to vision it as, okay, what kind of things am I grateful for right now? Because I know that in the future, I want a wife, I want a family, I want a big house, I want the whole nine. Like, I want the best life possible. But to live in that, I need to manifest that now. I need to live in that right now. Because living in it right now will position you moving forward to get into the future. But yeah, to live in the present will make it to where you're positioning yourself to better your future. And so living in the moment will kind of help you be happy in the moment. I know that there's so much things that life has to offer right now. We're all in this position, for most of us are in this position of 20 to 25, 26, 27, where we're in that moment of developing ourselves. We're still in that moment of understanding ourselves. We're still in that moment of who are we? And so, like I talked to my therapist about it once. And she basically said how when she lives in the future. She's always been that kind of person that lived in the future too. And the biggest regret, or the biggest thing that kind of is a fault when you live in the future, is you don't reminisce in the moment. And so when you don't look at the moment and you're too busy looking at 5 years from now, you look back at 5 years ago and don't even remember what happened. And so like I was talking to her and I asked her about her high school career, and she doesn't even remember a lot of it because she was so busy on her college life, or she was so busy thinking about her college life. And so when you don't live in the moment, that'll make it to where you don't remember what you were living, you know? And so it's just like, she was like that, and I'm kind of like that too. I thought it was just like having bad memory, but like nah, it was more than likely because I was too busy thinking about where I would be at 22 and I'm 18, you know? Like, I position myself to where I'm thinking so far ahead to where I don't even remember where I'm at right now. And so when you live in the moment, you need to address the moment. You need to enjoy everything that happens in life, because your kids are going to ask you about this time of your life, because you're going to look back at this time of your life and you're going to think, wow, remember where I was here, or remember when I did this, this, and this. Like, just live in the now. Live knowing that there's a purpose for right now. Live knowing that there's a lesson to learn right now. Live knowing that you are here right now for a reason. And the lessons that you learn right now are going to lead you to a better future later on. So just enjoy where you are now. Regardless of the situations that are going on right now, you have control over today. You don't have control over the past because that's history. You don't have control over the future because that's mystery. But you have control over today because it is a gift. The present is a gift. So continue to know that you were made in this time for a reason. Because we as people always want to reminisce on the past. We always want to think of where those people that we always think about are their wish, could've, would've kind of people. Those are the worst kind of people, because those are the people that look at their past and they think, dang, I wish I did this and that and this. I wish I played more basketball, I'd be in 2K right now. Or I wish I did better in football, I'd be in Madden right now. Like, those kind of people, you don't want to be those kind of people later on in life, where you're old and you're withering and you're thinking about, oh, when I was 20 or when I was 30, I wish I did this, or if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be right here right now. Like, all that kind of stupid stuff. You got to live knowing that your past is your history. Your past is already done. It's already been written. You can't do anything about the past. The only thing you have control over is the present. The past is kind of like a shadow. It's something that is there to follow you, and it's something there that is behind you. We all have shadows. Whenever there's a sun outside, there's always gonna be a shadow behind us. So the way I always look at it is, you don't always acknowledge your shadow because you already know that it's there. You don't do anything to change it. You don't do anything to fix it. You don't ever look at your shadow and think like, oh, it's not there today. Like, your past is already behind you. Your past is your shadow. Your past is always going to be there no matter what, but that doesn't mean you need to acknowledge it all the time. I think that the past is there to show you the lessons that you had. It's there to show you where you are on the top of the mountain versus when you were at the bottom of the valley. It'll show you where you are now. It'll show you where you came from. It'll show you who you were versus who you are. Your past is not to dictate where you are now. Your past is to recognize where you are now. Your past is there to show you that you have grown, you have changed, you have upgraded, you have become the best version of yourself to live right now, to think that you were there back then, or you used to be that person, you used to act that way, you used to be that way, but who you are now is not who you were then. The past is just there to recognize where you came from. That's it. It's not to look at you in the eyes and tell you you were a horrible person this day, or you did this action that led to this moment. Like, the past is to show you where you've came from. It's not to put you in a box and say this is where you always will be. It is to show you that this is where you came from, and who you are now is far greater and far more measurable than who you were then. To live in the present is to understand that you have control over one thing, and that is today. God has gave you this 24 hours for a reason. Not every day is promised to us. I feel like the way that we need to kind of think about is more or less the things that you're taking advantage of are the things that somebody else is praying for in a hospital bed right now. They're asking for one more breath when you have a whole day. Like, don't take advantage of the day that God has given you. Live in this moment and continue to be better. Continue to change, because the things that you're taking advantage of right now, there's somebody in a hospital bed begging God for the things that you have right now, for the opportunities that you have right now. And somebody else is dying literally for the opportunity that you have right now. So don't waste time. Don't waste the opportunity that God is giving you today. Live in today, because you can defy your future later on. And even if tomorrow isn't promised, tomorrow is never, ever, ever promised. That's why today is an opportunity. Today needs to be addressed. Your present self is where you turn goals and dreams into vision, and you turn those visions into reality. So right now, you are making headway for your future. Right now, you are positioning yourself and aligning your dreams and making those into reality. And all you need to do is live in that moment. All you need to do is position yourself to where you make those goals into reality, where you position yourself to where, hey, I want to be right here, right now, because I want to be this in the future. If you want to be a nurse someday, then continue to bring your butt to school every single day. Don't fail. Don't let up. Don't stop. Continue to strive. Continue to work hard. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to be an engineer, a technician, if you want to be a fitness model, if you want to be a model, if you want to be a daggone personal trainer, if you want those things in life, then you have to earn those things in life. You have to continue to work right now, because your present self is leading you towards that future that you've always wanted. But you have to live in right now. You have to work hard right now. You have to be determined. You have to aspire to be the best inspiration possible to lead up from now to where you want to be at in the future. You are making that foundation right now. If you think about it, your blueprint for your dream house is being built right now, because you're standing on the foundation right now. You're building up that house that you want. You're building up that foundation that you want. But right now, it's one brick at a time. So continue to work hard and continue to realize that your present is the only thing that will dictate and define what happens in your future. The future. The future is not yet written. So continue to write your story every single day. You are the person that has the pencil. You are the person that has the opportunity to make your future into something great. But right now, it takes you being determined. Right now, it takes you being the best version of yourself, because you can't decide your future being the best thing ever if you don't live right now to earn your stripes. The future is to show you what you've sown into. The future is to reap what you've sown into. If you want that Lamborghini, if you want that house, if you want that girl, if you want that guy, if you want that marriage, if you want that financial stanchion, you need to continue to work right now, because the future is nothing more than a blur. The future is nothing more than a mystery. The future is nothing more than a what if, or a question, or a guess. But what you need to do right now is continue to make headway to get to that point. If your dream is like the second floor, you need to continue to make every step knowing that you're going to be there one day. But right now, you need to live in that. You need to understand that your future is not yet written, but it'll come someday. And right now, it's not there yet. And so you need to live in the right now, because it'll be there someday. So Yondons, I want you to live in the moment. I want you to understand that your past doesn't defy you. I want you to know that your present is the only thing that you have control over, and your future is not yet written. You have the opportunity that somebody else is begging God for, because you have the chance to make your vision into reality. You have the chance to make your dreams into reality. You have the opportunity to make your life the best thing possible. But it is up to you to put the work behind it. It is your opportunity to reap what you have sown into this earth. So continue to be the best versions of yourself. Strive to be better than who you were yesterday, and continue moving forward knowing that if you want to be that 1%, you have to do what the other 99 aren't willing to do. Yondons, that concludes episode 9.5. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications so you know every single time I post. I love you. Tune in next time. And let everybody know what we're doing here at the YON Show. Peace!